Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim, L'chaim. This week's Torah portion is Tetzaveh. It's all to do with the Kohanim, with Aaron HaKohen and his children being inducted into the service of priests, and it goes into very, very fine detail on the garments they would wear. The high priest, Aaron HaKohen, would wear 8 garments, and all the other priests would wear 4. And it details every little bit about how to make them, what gems you're putting in, weaving the gold with all the other colored strands, all the details. It even talks about the service they would do, all the offerings and whatnot. And that comprises the whole Torah portion. So it's a very thick one and very difficult to get through because of all the details. And one of the main details is obviously this clothing. So the whole week I've been thinking about clothing and its impact. And you know, like where I live in Netanya, you get a lot of people wearing name brand clothes, Louis Vuitton and Prada and Gucci, all these name brands that they're kind of showing to portray who they are. I come from a place of class, of wealth, and whatever the case. And I was thinking that this could always just be a show, they could just wear this stuff to pretend to be who they are. In fact, I saw earlier this week a Jew who took off his yarmulke to do something and then would put it back on after. And I told this to Ayala, I wasn't so happy about it. He's lying to himself. And she said, no, maybe he was about to do a Chilul Hashem and he didn't want to do that. He wanted to separate himself from the religion so to not blemish everyone else that is religious, So for that moment, he took it off. And on that aspect, I can agree. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing. He's not blemishing the name of religious Jews because he's separating himself from it. But on a personal or inner level, he's actually lying to himself. He's saying, for this moment, I'm not Jewish. I'm separate from Hashem. I know I'm about to do something against His will, so I'll separate from Hashem beforehand. If he were to keep the yarmulke on, he would probably not do it, or it'd be much harder for him to do the action. But by taking it off, he's allowing himself this leeway. And Ayala brought up a great idea. She said this is the underpinnings of self-hate, where people lie to themselves and build a distrust to the point where they make plans or they make a schedule or they try to keep a diet, but they know that they can't trust themselves. And so they start to hate themselves for not being able to follow through with the plans they make. And it all stems from these little actions of distrust that a person builds within themselves. So we're looking at clothing and how a person could dress in a way that's not really true to who they are. And in this way, they're lying to themselves, building distrust. And if it is allowed to snowball and build in this one little way, eventually it could build up to self-hate, and to this depressive state of mind. So we came to the conclusion that being true to yourself can stretch even down to the clothes you wear. And it says in the Torah portion that these garments were for honor and glory, meaning that the Kohanim, who were chosen as special people due to their character traits, Aaron HaKohen's exemplary character traits, he's owed and justified in wearing these very priestly and nice royal garments, because that's who he is, and it won't go to his head. It's actually more so for him to realize how important he is. So, B'ezrat Hashem, we should all keep this in mind and be true to who we are, even down to the simplest things that we wear every day. And you can stretch it to the words you're saying and the promises you're keeping. So, B'ezrat Hashem, we should all merit to work on ourselves in this way and to be better every day. Shabbat Shalom.